I was not talking smack.
You're talking smack about Leo. He's like, Danielle could talk about it, but not very
I didn't talk smack! What smack did I talk?
I have no idea. I
said you guys had different rules because he was on the dinner table. That's true. That's not smack. 'Twas only yesterday.
I really like Harold and the Purple Crown.
Did you
I
say
said
that?
crown. I said Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Crayon.
Crayon. I say crayon.
How does Crayola say crayon? Crayon?
I have no idea.
Like Crayola. Crayon.
I say crayon.
Did you see that movie they're coming out with, though? Where, like, Harold's, like, a grown man who's just, like, bald?
I did not see anything about that. I did, however, buy the book for my cousins and their baby, and it had a stamp on the book. Not, like, a sticker, but printed on the book, which I hate. I despise that. That said, read it before you watch it. And I'm like, this is a 5-page child's book. We don't need to advertise.
I saw an ad for it where, like, it's Harold, but he's just a bald man.
I hate that. I mean, he's a bald baby.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Yeah.
I hate when a kid character is bald and then people speculate, like, oh, he has cancer and da-da-da. Like Charlie Brown. They're like,
what?
He has cancer and that's why he's always in such a bad mood. And no, he has hair. Have you seen, like,
the little...
It's not a tuft, though. It evolved. In the first comics, he was just very blonde, and his hair kind of blended in. So the color was there, and then to show that he had, like, little bangs, there was, like, the little
swoop.
So there was no harsh line on the sides, because he had, like, very blonde hair that just, like, and it was short, so it just kind of blended in. But then he would have, like, little bangs in black.
Yeah.
And that, like, evolved into, like, the little horrible
Squiggly.
Single curl that's, like, in the front of his head. But he has hair! He's just blonde. Like you.
You suck.
I'm saying, what do you want? You
I
want
am
me to
blonde.
say you're blonde or not?
I am blonde. Yes.
I said that you're blonde.
Yeah, but you say it in such a sarcastic tone.
No. Of course not. He has hair.
I can't stand you.
Like Caillou.
Caillou can...
I don't like Caillou, but I feel like...
We're gonna be nice.
There's speculation that he is. I hate Caillou.
I hate Caillou so much.
Wait, I don't remember what Eric was typing into Google last night, but it was like, it wasn't about Caillou, but he typed in, like, CA, and the first thing that came up was, is Caillou dead?
Well, it's a cartoon character. I don't know if they can actually die unless they canonically die in the show.
I don't think they do that a lot.
They did in Tom and Jerry.
The Lion King.
Do you know the ending of Tom and Jerry?
Does one of them die?
They both die. By suicide. I don't know if it was unaired.
I was not a Tom
You know
and
what?
Jerry
I don't know
fan.
the full story. This is once again me talking out my butt, but I saw the clip on YouTube. Tom and Jerry, they're both, like, wicked depressed over something, and they're just, like, sad, sitting on train tracks, and you hear the train whistle, and they don't move, and it fades to black.
And it's like, that's all, folks.
Well, that's more like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know how they end. The end?
Yeah. I don't know if it wasn't aired. I don't know if it did air, and it was just, like, I don't know. But I saw the clip, and it's quite sad.
Yikes. These kids' shows were not kids' shows.
They
What is
were-
Betty Boop wearing? Better question.
Betty
What
Boop.
is she not wearing?
What is she-
The answer's clothes. But I loved Betty Boop. And I loved Little Lulu. That's an old one. I had, like, this set of
You're
DVDs.
younger than me, and you're going older than me.
I had a set from, like, that were shows from, like, the old days. So
The
it was, like,
60s?
The Three Stooges, Betty Boop, Little Lulu,
my God.
Popeye, like, that kind of thing. And I would just watch those. And I liked them.
Yeah, you're going wicked old school.
That's pretty old.
I wasn't that old school. I was pretty much with my time in the 90s and everything, but my favorites were, like, Rocket Power. But like little kids, we're talking Little Bear and Franklin. Bear in the Big Blue House was the best. I never really watched My Comfy Couch, but that was
my god, I loved that one.
But then you got like the PBS shows and stuff. You got like but you got like Cyber Chase. Do you remember Cyber Chase?
That was, I feel like, young for me. Like, I don't remember watching that. I loved PBS, bro.
But the
Martha
Cartoon
Speaks.
Network.
Did you watch Martha Speaks?
No.
It was a good one. Fetch.
Hey Arnold, Cat Dog, Cow and Chicken.
I hated those. That brand of show, I hated.
Like the Cartoon Network.
Like Courage, the dog or whatever.
Terrifying.
Hated that. Wait.
Terrifying.
Do you know that scene where, like, I think he's dreaming and then all of a sudden there's, like, an alien that's, like, not cartoonish. It's like, fully animated. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like the standing alone in the field?
No! I think he's dreaming. And then there's just, like, this, like, amoeba fetal
I have no idea.
alien thing.
I have no idea.
And it's, like, hi, Kurt. I don't remember what it says, but it says something.
I have no idea.
And then he, like, wakes up. But there's a picture of it in my camera roll, because I feel like sometimes I look like it.
Oh my god, that went in such a direction I was not expecting.
But my friend and I thought it was so funny in high school. I think she printed it out and I had it hanging in my room.
You look like an amoeba.
I'm gonna have to Google it, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it.
No, do you know what I love?
Hmm.
Did you watch... Oh, what was it called? Was it My Pal Scooby? Or... Scooby-Dooby... It was the like baby cartoon of Scooby-Doo. You have the original cartoons when they're like adults and everything, and the normal animation that we all know and love. But then you had, it was called a little bit something like, was it Scooby-Dooby-Doo or?
Scrappy?
No. But it was like animated differently. And it was always, Fred always blamed Red Herring. It was Red Herring! No, Fred. Like, it was animated just a little bit differently, and they're like small and tiny, like little baby animation. I don't know how to describe it. Dang it, what was it
I don't
called?
know that, but this is what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, that thing! Oh my gosh. Let's put that down. That's horrifying. Let's put that down.
Why is it in a fully different style than the rest of the show?
Do you remember when they cross universe with Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
When Timmy was animated in the fashion of Jimmy Neutron, horrifying.
Yeah, not good.
Absolutely horrifying. Everything else in like the 2D animation of Fairly Odd Parents was totally fine. But yeah, can't go the other direction. That was awful. I love Jimmy Neutron though. Loved it. Snap, snap, snap. Clap, clap, clap. Pat, pat, pat.
Do you ever just, like, when you were a kid,
you had your thinking face on so hard.
Like, I feel like, I'm trying to think of another example, but, like, when you were a kid, did you ever see something, like, on TV or something that just, like, scared you or freaked you out, but it wasn't scary?
That's one I'm gonna have to think about. I don't think so.
I did that all the time.
You have issues.
Yeah.
You know what was bad? Me and my brother were watching our morning cartoons before the bus came, and I don't know what happened, but one show ended and usually the next cartoon comes on or whatever, but a commercial came on and we're sitting there, we're waiting, and we were like, this is a really long commercial. My dad walks in, he's like, why are you guys watching infomercials?
No.
We didn't know. It was just
I loved infomercials when I was a kid.
You were weird.
Loved them.
That's so weird. My friend was a model on an infomercial.
Whoa.
Just recently. Yeah.
That's cool.
It was like at 4 a.m. It's old women's clothing. She's not an old woman. So that's like,
cute.
But no, I loved I feel like this is such a millennial thing to say, but I feel like my generation had like the last good set of genuine good cartoons. Or like kid shows and stuff.
Clues with the original Steve.
Yes.
Did you see on TikTok recently? I guess I'm gonna get all the information wrong because I don't know, but I guess there was some sort of like convention he was at, and there's like this story of when he was auditioning for the show, it'd come down to like the last 3 Steves or something, and so they would put them, or like they had audition tapes that they would show to kids, and there was this one girl who was like the deciding factor of like it was gonna be him, and so now she's like 30, and they made up at this convention, and they like hugged, and I was like, why am I crying?
Oh my god,
it was so cute.
Sweet.
And then she like posted a video telling the story of like her mom worked for the company or something, and then so they brought her in, and she loved him, like just went crazy every time that he was on the screen, and so they picked him over whoever else. But
oh my god, I love that. That's so cute.
I don't remember what like the video was, but it was like him, and it was like when you meet the little girl who like changed her whole life or something, and it turns and it's her, and she's like obviously like 30 years old now, but
oh my gosh, I love that. That's so cute.
it was really cute.
You see a couple different actors reuniting, like who was it? It was Harrison Ford and the kid that was in the Indiana Jones movies. They reunited as adults and stuff. It was so cute.
It's so weird.
I love it.
I keep seeing like Good Luck Charlie, and how the actress that played Charlie like doesn't remember them at all, because why would she? That's so weird.
That's so sad.
I know. Gosh. Can you imagine like having like a whole like quote unquote like life before you're even like conscious?
Well, I remember some random person was saying that, and I'm gonna have my specific, I'm just making up people because I can't remember who it is, but like was a coordinator for Beyonce's tour or something like that, some celebrity. And so there's pictures of her bringing her daughter, and her daughter's just a baby, and Beyonce, whoever it was, I don't know, but like carrying this kid around and has picture, and now they're adult. And she's like, yeah, I'm
that baby.
I'm that baby.
Don't remember it though.
Oh my god.
It must be weird to like be famous before you're aware.
Well, not really. Famous adjacent.
No, like,
oh, you're talking about like child stars.
Yeah.
I was thinking the picture thing. Oh.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, what was the... Didn't that guy who was the baby on the Nirvana album? The baby in the pool in the Nirvana album? You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay.
No.
Well, for the third time, there's a baby in a pool. On the cover of a Nirvana album.
Okay.
And he's like sprawled out. And he's got his little ween out and everything. And this kid grew up and he's like, that's me.
That's me. That's my ween. That's crazy. Because I would go to like, I don't know, wherever you have to do like an icebreaker and be like, millions of people have seen my ween.
I just whip out the picture like, that's me.
There it is.
I actually did that for our, not really that, but like our public speaking class. We had a Pechakucha speech we had to do. A Pechakucha is you have like 3 categories of different things, 3 slides per category, and each of those 3 slides are 20 seconds, and you have only those 20 seconds to talk about what's on that slide, and then it moves on. It moves on automatically. So if you're still lagging behind or something, it's moving on without you.
Whoa.
I had it timed perfectly. I did 90s entertainment, or like everything about the 90s, and I did 90s toys, 90s television, and what was the other thing? Games, television,
and toys,
and music. The music. But then at the end of it all, when you're kind of doing your wrap-up slides, I was saying, here's all the like wonderful things about the 90s that came out, but the best thing that came out, and then boom, there's a slide of all me. I was like, there I am. This is the greatest thing that came out of the 90s.
That's awesome. That's so good. What year were you born in?
95.
Wow.
You know what my dad said? Because I was talking about cars, and I was like, cars from the 90s are by far the worst thing ever. Like, the 90s should just be absolutely deleted. And he was like, yeah, the 90s was good in a lot of ways, but 93 and 95 were absolutely the worst. I was like,
that's when you and your brother were born?
Yeah. I was like, wow, Dad. Wow.
That's good. Wow, nice. Isn't that weird? Like, when you hear that I'm born in 2002, doesn't that make you, like, cringe?
Yeah, a little bit. But then at the same time, it goes the other way because people, like, who are born right now in a few years when they're conscious of the fact of time, they're going to be like, you were born in the 1900s. I was born in the 1900s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is that not the weirdest thing?
You will probably not see the 2100s.
Well, that's what I remember saying. I was like, if I'm going to live to old age, I have to live to really old age. I need to make it to 105 so I can see 2100. I
want to see 2100.
I don't. I hope I die way earlier than that. But it's like one of those things. It's like when you get second place is worse than third place because you were so close to first and you didn't quite make it. But third place, you're just happy to place, that kind of thing.
So you either want to die young or die super old?
Yeah. No in between. If I make it to like, I don't know, 98, I was like, I was only 7 years away from it. Like, that's such an irritating thing.
That's so old, though.
Yeah. I love it when people are really
Moses
old.
live to be like 500 years old or something?
Moses? No.
Who lived to be 500?
That was before Moses' time. They were living to be ridiculous ages. Moses, I think, was 140. I could totally have had that wrong. Maybe 120? 120. Because he was 40 when he killed the Egyptian, ran and hightailed it out of Egypt. He was 80 when God said, go lead your people. And he's like, dude, I'm old. I can't do that. He's like,
just wait.
He's like, your older brother Aaron will help you. How that worked out, I don't know. Aaron was older than him, so who knows. But he was 80. Yeah, he was 120 because he was 80 when he went to lead them out, and then 40 years, and he wasn't allowed to go into the promised land because he done goofed. And he died when he was like 120.
Wow.
Yeah. But they were living to be 400 or 500 years old before Moses' time.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there weren't many people, so they had to live a little longer to get things done.
Yeah.
That spiraled. Where were we at?
And they didn't have red dye 40 either.
Yeah, they had nature and actual life on their side.
Yeah.
They had things better.
Everything's ruined. Like, I feel like even if I went and grew my own garden, like, the ground is already chemicals.
It's all chemicals.
The seeds are chemicals that I buy. The water that I water them with is chemicals, or the rain itself.
Acid rain, yes.
It's all, like, it's ruined already. It's ruined.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing, ain't it?
Isn't that whack? The air is ruined. It's ruined.
Well, I just keep thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no getting around it either. Every single thing nowadays that if you buy anything in store, it's ruined. Yeah. You really truly have to grow it in your backyard, and like you said, it's probably iffy. But no, anything in stores, you don't know what you're actually getting and everything, and so that's why I'm like, how is it that we can live in a country that is so just gung-ho about poisoning its citizens? When you go into other countries, there are so many things about our food that are illegal in other countries. The discrepancy there is insane to me. Like, if this is something that's illegal in one place, how can it just be, like, totally common here? I'm like, it's disgusting. So I really want to hightail it out of here, go to somewhere where it actually has good, fresh food, figure out how to make it, and then figure out something to do here. Bring back, like, pots of dirt from who knows where.
Would that work?
Probably not. I'd probably get snagged during TSA or something.
Yeah, but my sister accidentally brought back a lot of stuff she wasn't supposed to. Like, oranges.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
And she also took that rock from, like, the Colosseum or something.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Wait, where'd she go?
Italy.
When?
Last year. February.
Oh, lucky duck. I'm gonna go.
She went to school. Yeah.
Our school didn't do any cool trips like that. You know what? I say that, but our music department, it was always, we went to Bahamas.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere.
It was either the Bahamas, New York City, Nashville, or Disney World.
Well, my school had trips. I just was not going on them.
Why?
I didn't want to. Well, they weren't going anywhere far, and I didn't want to go to... Where did they go when I was in school? Spain?
Oh, wow.
I don't remember. But I don't think I wanted to.
You want to go to Scotland with me?
Sure. I've never been outside the country.
Wow, you seem so enthused.
Well, it's a lot of work. I don't even have a passport.
Oh, I need to get one as well. Mine is expired. I've got a passport for when I was supposed to go to Europe. Never got to use it. So it just expired, and I never used it. That was a bummer. Am I still recording? Okay, that would have sucked if not.
We went to DC 2 years ago.
I've gone to DC a couple times. Went 8th grade first time. I love DC so much. I want to go back. I want to go back to the Bible Museum. I'm still kicking myself over that. Me and Kendra were right there, and I was like, that seems boring. Except it's not. It looks so cool. I saw a video of it. It looks so cool. I'm so irritated. So yeah, I have to go back to DC. I really want to go to DC. New Orleans. And I would like to go anywhere out west. That would be nice. I've never been west of Nashville.
I've never been west of Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago
sucks. Speaking of Chicago. Not speaking of Chicago. Speaking of Detroit. That's 2 different states.
Do you mean that Detroit sucks? Or that
Detroit sucks. Detroit sucks.
I liked Chicago. I've been twice.
From Detroit.
Is that Michigan?
Yeah. Michigan sucks, I should say. But no, speaking of that, pens are out, and I'm really bumming hard. I'm kind of surprised at how hard I'm bumming. It's a stupid game. Like, get over it. It's not a big deal, but I'm bumming hard. We had 12% of hope. That's it. We have 12%. Because the whole situation, we were like in and out of the wild card spot because we would win or another team would lose, and then we would lose and another team would win. It would just back and forth. And so this last round of games, both the Washington Capitals had to lose and the Detroit Red Wings had to lose, and then we had to win the next game to be able to go up. But turns out that Capitals and Detroit both won, which automatically bumped us out. Then we also lost. So it's the exact opposite of what we needed. But not thankfully, I'm just glad that Detroit also did not get in. But it was kind of sad because I was watching the last little bit of the Detroit game. They won their game, but when everyone comes out on the ice and they're celebrating, they're hugging their goalie, you could just tell they were sad. They just won, but they were still sad because they heard Washington had won and bumped them out as well. So, I don't know. But yeah, Pens are done. 2nd year in a row, no playoffs. Next year's our year. And Jeff Carter is retiring. It's just a mess. Ned, my boy Ned, though, he's coming in clutch. I love Ned. But another thing is that hockey fans are the worst. They are the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the Pens have always been in the playoffs. We've gone 2 years without playoffs. Imagine being a Buffalo Sabres fan. We're 13 years without playoffs. And yet, you still have fans that are just, be nice. Every time we lose, they're calling for heads on spikes. And I'm like, folks, it's a game. Chill.
People are serious about games.
Like, have fun.
I don't get it.
Have fun, folks. It's supposed to be fun. And if you're actually wanting, to give people the boot and heads on spikes and stuff, you're on the opposite side of things of what's happening. So yeah, chill out. But yeah, I'm bummed. But it's fine. Next year's our year.
Next year.
Manifest it. Yep, it's happening.
It already happened.
It did.
In the future.
Yes, it did. It's happening right now. And it's happening. So, anywho.
I
gotta stop saying that. That's not my line.
I like it. It's our thing now.
It's not our thing. It's that TikToker's thing.
Oh. Never mind.
It's that one TikToker.
Anywho.
I have been watching my aunt's dog for a while. She left for Florida. My cousin left for Talladega. And so it's just me and my uncle. And he's working. So I'm like, I'm going to chill with the dog. So I've been there all week.
How's that been?
Every time I see that dog, I'm like, can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Baby dog, he's so cute.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Can I pet that dog? I love him. He's the worst.
He's actually kind of crazy.
Hey, that's our dog. David heard you say something. Didn't you talking smack about?
I was not talking smack.
You were talking smack about Leo. He's like, Danielle could talk about it, but not very much.
I didn't talk smack! What smack did I talk?
I have no idea.
I said you guys had different rules because he was on the dinner table. That's true. That's not smack. If I was talking smack, I would say the dog is misbehaved. No, I said you guys have different rules in your house. My dogs aren't allowed on our dinner table.
Listen, we wouldn't have different rules in that house. It's just my
the
aunt.
dog made the rules.
No, he did.
Did I talk smack?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
But I'm pretty sure that all I said was that you guys have different rules.
But no, he did set the rules in that house because my aunt just never put restraint on him or anything. He just did what he wants and he established the rules, and so now he's stuck in his ways.
Now I feel bad that I talk smack to the dog. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to be smack. I just said that I walked in the house and
oh, things are different here.
I realized that things were different.
This is so funny to me.
Well, because my dogs, when I lived with my dad, my dogs were not allowed on the couch.
Oh my gosh.
They were always on the floor.
No.
Always.
That's not nice.
And Layla would sneak onto the couch sometimes and he would get so mad and discipline her. They were not allowed on the couch. So
no.
For them to be on the couch is pushing. He's on the dinner table. There's different rules there. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying they're different.
Oh, they're wrong.
I don't think my dogs have ever seen the dinner table.
Like I said, we're all just this is not okay. The fact that he gets up on the table, he's barking at the mailman and everything.
It's so funny, though.
You can do anything. I'm you are the size of a potato. I could punt you into the moon. I don't...
Yeah.
He's yapping up a storm like he's protecting anybody. He's driving us all nuts. Nobody disciplines him. And then when he's going on a walk, I don't put up with that. I can't stand when dogs are pulling you up. He's 10 pounds. I should not be tripping over myself. The dog should not be walking me.
Yeah.
This is not how that works. And so when my aunt walks him, he just takes off and he's pulling on the leash. It's to the point where his trachea is collapsing because he's pulling so hard. I'm we ain't playing that game. I shorten the leash and he's right next to me.
Right next
he
to
starts
legs,
pulling in front of me. I'm I stop and I wait for him to come back to me. And then he starts trotting beside me. And I'm
it's so good when you do that. Yeah, when you just keep them right between the space that your legs.
Yeah.
Right next to you.
Yeah. As soon as he starts pulling
so
up,
good. They just stay there. Yeah.
I'm he knows. And then, there's times I can tell he wants to explore something. I'll lengthen the leash then and let him do his thing. But as soon as we start, actively walking, he's beside me, and I'm not letting him go.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me nuts. But, yeah, I gotta walk him when I get back from this. And then I gotta go to work. I don't want to work. I only have one appointment today, so it's a chill day.
It's not bad.
My fingers are all swollen.
Why?
I've been working so much, and I haven't had a chance to... do any kind of self-care. Self-care is good, folks. Come get a massage. Not for me, because I'm tired.
I didn't realize that your office is in the same building that my old therapist is. Yeah. That's crazy. I've been in that building probably 100 times.
I don't know if it was the same therapist you went to, but there was a therapist there, and I was I should probably check in. And then immediately as I thought about checking in and seeing if I could get in with her, she left. I was okay.
Maybe I don't know if she's still there, but she was due. We can't say her name, but...
No, I don't know if there's any counselors there anymore.
No, but who was it?
I have no idea.
Was. You don't know her name?
No idea.
I know her name. Yeah, I used to go when I was in high school.
My problem is, I am so horrendously self-aware. I know what all my problems are. And if I were to go to therapy and they were to point out my problems, which I already know, and if they were going to give me solutions to them, I have a problem with authority. I would butt up against any person's solutions.
No, I know what you mean.
And I'm I don't want to do that, or I've tried that, and just don't tell me what to do. So I don't go to therapy.
But sometimes it's just nice to just talk about nothing.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
I don't need therapy. How about this? Remember, we have an episode titled "Therapy No, Podcast Yes."
Yeah, it is kind of just this, except maybe sadder sometimes. But we can
do that.
We can go sad.
We can go sad. We can go serious.
Although the feedback that I'm giving you, I feel sometimes makes you angry.
Me?
And a therapist wouldn't do that. Yeah, when I say you're not blonde, a therapist. I don't know what a therapist would tell you about that. They're probably just like, okay, we're gonna do some reality check.
Me being blonde is...
I'm just saying that you might leave here with a different feeling than you would leave therapy. You might leave here a little frustrated.
But that's the thing. We don't always need to give advice. Half the time, it's just we need to vent.
Yeah.
Kendra was telling me about some stuff that was going on. I'm obviously not going to relay her story or whatever. But she was just telling me, and I just straight up said, I've never experienced this, so I can't give advice, but I'm absolutely an open ear. I couldn't say anything. Anything that I would say was just wrong, so I didn't say anything. And she's like, no, it's fine, I just wanted to talk. And I'm like, I'm all here for it.
It feels wrong to not offer advice, but, like, sometimes you just...
It did. It did feel very weird to not be able to say anything. I'm just like yeah.
That sucks.
But sometimes, truly, that is what a person needs. It's just kind of like the recognition that you're not insane, that the agreement of your point of view or something. Because a lot of times you just need a sounding board. You just need somebody to kind of reaffirm that you are on the right track or something. Or you be able to, as you're talking about it, you're working it out as like for yourself. But you just need someone's encouragement to be like, yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe she did that.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
That's my mom. She'll start giving me my advice. I'm like, Mom, I didn't call you for advice. I came for agreement. I was just like, just tell me I'm right. And she's like, you're right, Danielle. You're right. And I'm like, thank you.
I love being right. I do.
Everybody loves being right.
I love it.
I was just thinking yesterday about how I respect a person so much more when they can admit to being wrong.
Yeah.
Or not even so much admit to being wrong, but just admit that something else is more right.
Yeah.
Be like, you know what? Hey, I never really actually thought about that. Let me, or change your mind and progress. Like, changing your mind, it's not hypocritical. You're getting more information. You're growing. That's great.
You look way smarter if you change your mind than if you, like, hold stupid opinion.
Yeah. The people who, like, jump through hoops to try to hold on to their viewpoint.
You look dumb.
You look
and weird
dumb.
And defensive. Just say, oh, my bad. And then, like, move on.
Yeah. And
then we already forgot that you were wrong.
Yeah. Like, I respect a person so much more like that. Oh, my gosh. It's so much better.
Yeah.
We've talked about it how many times. Like, I can't handle people who are so set in their arrogance and pride that they become unreasonable. Yeah. Or someone who is so unself-aware that I'm like, how are you not recognizing what a nuisance to society you are? How do you not see this?
Yeah.
I don't have the patience for it. I really don't.
What did I hear online? That dumb people get mad faster?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that fact.
That is quite literally the entirety of the book of Proverbs. It's like, a wise man will be open to correction, a foolish person will butt against it.
Yeah.
That's like literally like everything.
That's how you get smart.
Yeah.
Is you get corrected.
Yep. You learn through mistakes, you learn through growth and everything. Yeah.
Get smart.
I would be a perpetual student if I could. A professional student.
Me too, honestly. I'm thinking about that. We gotta start going to Def Coffee.
Ooh. Throw me under the bus.
I want to start. I don't want to go alone. Is all I'm gonna say.
I feel like we should practice, get into the rhythm of it, and then go.
We're gonna lose the great things that we learned last.
Well, that's why I'm saying we need to practice with each other where we're a little bit more comfortable.
What did we learn last year?
What do you mean?
I feel like I forgot everything already.
This is so weird. I was just thinking about this. I was just thinking about how much I'm losing.
Like in our most recent semester, I don't know what we learned.
Our recent semester was
like throwing a ball and stuff.
Yeah, it was about like the more acting things out rather than saying them. Or signing.
I can't believe I was ever that... Not that I was good, but I can't believe I ever had the skill level that I had last year.
Oh, you were so fluid with it and everything.
I know!
Now I'm just like,
I can't believe I was ever that person, because I don't...
Nowadays, I'd be like, okay, word in English, this is the sign, do the sign. This is the word, this is the sign, do the sign. And I'd be so stilted with it.
I just second guess everything. Or I'm like, wait.
Is this game?
Yeah.
And play?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I second guess everything. I'm like, wait, that feels wrong. Wait, am I sure that? And then I gotta look it up.
This is full Is this new?
No.
New. With flat palm. Okay.
This is like, I thought this was like fired, right? Because it's like you got your
I thought it was
cut off.
like a K.
Maybe.
Or is that this way?
This is fail.
Fail. Fired?
Isn't that fired?
Fail.
Well,
I don't know. I have an app. I should look that up.
I've been singing yes and everything. And that's just vocabulary.
Yeah. To hold an actual conversation. When we were at Core the other day, I was thinking to myself, I wanted to sign it to you, but then I got nervous and I didn't do it. But me and Mallory had gone there and we had a full, 2-hour conversation.
You went to Core?
Long, long time ago. When
You said you'd never been there!
That is 100% not true.
You said you never been. I asked you if you ever been there. You said no. That's where we were going, I thought.
No. No, that was somewhere else. I don't know, but I've been to Core multiple times.
Okay.
Anywho.
Any hootie.
Me and
Malaria.
Me and Malaria. We went there one time and had a full 2-hour conversation and nothing but sign. And it was great. And I could not do that to save my life now. Shame on me. So yeah, we need to work on that.
Yeah.
I have work. Do you want to go on a coffee date? And we can... Our own coffee date? Because my problem is the receptive skills. My receptive skills are trash. I mean, I remember... I told you about talking to Rebecca, who has the clearest, most wonderful signs. Still couldn't get it. Because my receptive skills were just totally turned off.
I think also... She's so clear because she uses, almost an English rhythm. I've noticed that deaf people, the rhythm they sign is different because, when I see a sign, I kind of see it having the same syllables as it does in English. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But deaf people don't sign like that because it doesn't have the same syllables.
Mm-mm.
So I'll miss, things will go right over my head because it didn't take up the same amount of time as it would have in English.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that Rebecca does is, her rhythm is very... At least I'm sure it's because we're students and that she uses it with us. That it's
She's
very,
signing
English
at the same pace that a person would be speaking English.
Exactly.
Whereas a person who is signing, it all just becomes one big long sign.
Yeah.
Because they're so fluid with it.
And the signs that are faster would happen faster, not at the same pace that they would be happening as if you were saying it in English at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Which is scary. Anyway.
But yeah, we need to get back. Because you sign more like you're supposed to, I feel.
I don't think so at all.
You definitely sign more ASL, whereas I have a tendency to sign more... What is it?
See, I feel like maybe
pigeon.
that was true, but now I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. I have a really bad tendency, because it's supposed to be time, topic, comment.
Mm-hmm.
Store I go. Or...
Today store I go. Yeah.
Whereas I would actually sign the whole thing I need to go to the store today.
Right.
And that's not sign language. That's not how it works. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah, I need to get better at that. So yeah, we should definitely practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Deaf Coffee in so long.
That's throwing me into the deep end that I need to learn how to swim
again.
But I need to learn how to doggy paddle.
Throw and go in the deep end. How did you learn? Do you know how to swim?
Yeah.
How did you learn how to swim?
How did I learn how to swim? I remember my mom teaching me how to float. And that's it. I remember my mom teaching me how to float, and I remember teaching myself how to dive. But I don't remember the act of actually learning to swim. I have no idea.
You know those videos online when they throw the baby?
Mm-hmm.
I was that baby.
I was that baby.
I took swim lessons from when I was a baby until I was in 7th grade.
Pretty sure my parents just let me flail until I
figured it out. Exactly. So let's go flail to coffee. Honestly, literally, we'll be flailing our arms around. And then we'll figure it out.
You've got, that's peak level anxiety for me. I would shut down. My brain would shut down so hard that I would just end up staring through people and making things
I do that
really
all the time.
awkward.
Because honestly, my eyes and my brain get tired.
Yeah.
And then I just start staring into distance.
Well, that's, like, I get socially drained so quickly, and that's why I don't go to large gatherings with more than 1 or 2 people.
Let alone when you're using another language.
Yeah.
It's more draining.
Especially because, like,
faster.
With sign language, obviously you have to be on top of who's signing when and be able to find the person signing quickly. And if you miss it, then you're missing half the conversation. Whereas I'm tired of social interactions to the point where I'll be sitting there, I'll be listening, but I'll be zoned out. Like, my vision will be totally zoned out, and I'll just be listening, and I'll be half asleep. And you can't do that with sign.
I know, we have to come, like, hyped up and... Can we do Coke?
Yes.
Let's do Coke or Adderall or something, and then we'll go. Do you think that's a good idea?
So my heart would explode, dude.
Oh, yeah. We both have weird heart things. You gave them to me.
It's contagious, yeah. Woo! So, my cousin left for Talladega last night, so I actually got to sleep. Because the night before that, he went out to eat with a bunch of his friends. He ended up, I think, getting food poisoning of some kind. I don't know what it had.
Again with the food, what's going on?
But he spent most of the night up and down and into the bathroom and everything. And the dog was upstairs with us, and so he would go from, our rooms are right across from each other. So he would go back and forth every time Dan would get up to go to the bathroom. He'd come in with me.
Right.
He's this little 10-pound Morkie, and you can just hear his nails scratching on he's hyping himself up to jump on the bed, and you just hear scritching and scratching, and then he runs forward, he goes back. He runs forward, he goes back.
They do that too. They wind up.
It's
so funny.
And I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes listening to him wind himself up to just jump on the bed. He'll sit there for 5 seconds. Dan will go back into his room, and then the dog's running. And I'm like, this happened all night. So last night after Dan had left, I actually got a good night's sleep because the dog actually just sat down and fell asleep. But yeah, the scritching and scratching. My aunt texted me. She's in Florida, and she's like, I'm so sorry you're having such a terrible time. I'm like, I'm fine. If I'm going to wake up, at least it's to a cute dog. There are worse things.
He's so funny.
So cute. It was so fun. Where was I? Was it this morning? Where was I at? He, like, came, and I was reading on my phone, and I had my arm, like, tucked underneath my chin, and he just kind of flopped. His face was right in my face, and he was flopped over my arm, and he's just chilling there, and I'm like, I guess this is what we're doing now.
My dogs, like, if I'm holding my phone or something and they want to be pet, they'll, like, stick their little nose underneath, and they'll try to, like, lift my arm on top of them, and it's so cute.
Leo will paw at me. He'll get in my face, and he'll paw at me until I put down whatever I'm doing. Pay attention to him. I just need the microphone. I just straight up need it in the face. Water bottle.
Dogs are weirdly smart, but they're also really dumb.
Yes. Yes, they are. So what's new with you this week? Oh my gosh! Hello, welcome back to my aunt's house!
We'll talk at you next week. We're done, basically. What do you mean, hello?
I forgot.
Good grief.
Good grief. Anywho, how was your week? That's gonna be my new. That's gonna be my new. What did I used to say? Good stuff. Anywho, is gonna be my new good stuff, and whatever it may be. That's what I always would say.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I got away from that a little bit. Anywho.
What's new with me? Probably nothing.
How's school?
Hate it.
Cool.
It's okay.
Yeah?
Can't wait for it to be done.
I bet.
In like 2 weeks.
Cool.
Have a presentation tomorrow.
Do you graduate?
No.
You have another year?
I'm never going to graduate. I'm never going to graduate. It's impossible. They don't tell you this when you go into school, that actually graduating is impossible. It's not possible. Because good luck trying to get everything to line up the way you want it to. Classes, times, professors, requirements. Good luck. Have fun. And by the way, it's all on you, because good luck trying to get a hold of an advisor. Forget about it.
This is so hopeful.
Hate it.
This is great for any.
No, I'm actually scared that I'm not going to graduate on time. Because, like, they're like, oh, you need COM 421 and anthropology. I'm just making things up. It's not even true. But it's like these specific classes. Oh, we don't offer that in the spring. Okay, hopefully you offer it in the fall, I guess. Can't tell at this point. I'll just wait until the time comes. I'm probably going to be going 7 days a week in the fall. But it's annoying because I commute.
Yeah, that's
I
frustrating.
don't want to be there every day.
That's super frustrating.
I don't even really want to be there Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
How long is the trip?
Like 40 minutes.
Oh. Okay, that's not as bad as I was thinking.
It's not bad, but it's also annoying.
It's substantial
I don't
enough
want to drive
be
that every
inconvenient.
day.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And also I have a job.
Well, sometimes people will drive that much to their job every day.
That's crazy.
You could be one of those people.
At least they're making money.
Yeah.
I'm paying money to pay money.
That's true.
I pay for the gas, and then I
That's
gotta pay
true.
for the class.
Speaking of paying money, I just had to pay my taxes. That hurt.
Oh.
That hurt! Because I was in school for the past couple years.
Oh.
School, when you put that on your taxes, it basically wipes out your taxes. And I didn't have that last year. This was the first year I've made money and I didn't have school to write it off with. And because of school, it made it look, and between my business, what I earned through my business, but then all my write-offs, and then with schooling and everything, I basically had to pay pennies for taxes and everything. So last year was not bad, but this year paying, I didn't have any of that, but I didn't also qualify for the estimated taxes that you pay throughout the year. You're like, your quarterly taxes you pay. No? You have no idea what I'm talking about? You're such a youngin'. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it hurts, dude.
Oh, God.
No, so you have your estimated taxes throughout the year that tells you, okay, this is kind of what you're earning right now. This is probably what you're going to have to pay in taxes. So instead of having a lump sum at the end of the year, which hurts, go ahead and pay this quarterly estimated tax to break it up a little bit. Well, I wasn't making enough money the past couple of years to like even qualify for that because there was nothing to estimate. I just wasn't making enough.
Okay.
And so I didn't have estimated taxes to pay quarterly set up. So this time around, I had to pay one lump sum, and it hurt. I cried. And that's the joys of also being my own, like being a business owner and then not having a lot of write-offs. I had to pay a ton of taxes, and it sucked. And that's why being an employee is nice, because you can sign up, they can take taxes out of your paycheck, and so you never have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Right.
You file for taxes, but it's done, basically, already. But yeah, I don't do that, so I had to pay, and people were like, I'm not getting a tax return this year, I think I have to pay a little bit. And I'm like, I've never seen a tax return! If only! I was like, oh my god. So yeah, that hurt. That hurt. That hurt. And I did, I cried.
Sorry.
Yeah. That was fun. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, that thing, okay.
What thing?
I don't know. Are we done talking about college?
Probably.
Any crazy assignments?
Just this project that I have tomorrow. I'm really scared.
What project?
Well, presentation. Well, the people who have already presented, like, kind of get eaten alive by the professor. And I just don't want to be, like, asked a question I don't know the answer to, like, in front of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's when you hit them with a, that's a really great question. I don't have the answer yet, but I will do my best to find out.
I don't know. Next.
Or just be like me and pull it out your butt.
I'm gonna try.
I'm a world-class B.S.er.
Not great.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of tax, well, I guess this isn't really important, but I guess here's a story. I was at work on Monday night, and some guy was buying a weed whacker blower, something in a box. Don't remember what it was. Maybe it was a shop vac. Could have been anything. I don't know what the right answer to this issue is, but it was on sale with, like, the rewards membership. So, in the computer, here's the item, and then it has, like, when you put in the rewards membership, then it comes $90 off. like a coupon, basically. $90 off. The tax was for the original price. Is that right?
Yes.
This man was just a brat. He was just a brat. Like, he was just like, I'm like, okay, your total's gonna be da-da-da. And he's like, that's not right. I'm like, okay, so it comes to $199, and then the tax is $26, and so this is the total. It's not right. You're gonna have to get a manager up here. I'm like, okay. And then my manager, quote unquote, is 18 years old. And I'm like, hi, is there a manager that can answer a question about tax? And I hear the kid on the phone be like, yep, I'm on my way. And I'm like, is anybody else here? Because I wanted a grown person to come up. But he came up because there was no one there. And so he comes up, and then I move over to the side to continue helping people, but I hear them going back and forth, and oh my god, he was just so mad. And I don't know what the right answer is, but we can't change
the right
tax.
answer is, this is the price, you pay it, or you leave.
And it was like also like a couple dollars of difference.
Yeah.
But he cared. But we can't change it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does it automatically.
Mm-hmm.
There are things I can change,
Mm-hmm.
and when I can, I do. I don't care. Like, if someone's like, it rings up as $18. Oh, but there's a sign over there that says on sale for $16. Okay. Look at how fast I change this, because I really don't care. And I will, and I can. Boop, boop. Now it's $16. You're welcome. You want me to make it $4? I can. I might. But I can't change the tax. I can't change that. That happens automatically, and I can't even click on it if I wanted to. It's not a button. There's not a button that says, I can make it 0 tax, or I can make it tax. And I can't change how much it is. It's annoying. But people think, like, I don't know what people think. But people will be like, oh, can I use this coupon twice? I'm like, no, why would you be able... Just try it. Listen, lady, I can use it twice. But that's
why would I
that's
do that
against
for
the rules, lady.
Yeah.
They're like, can I use this coupon? It's expired. No, sorry, we don't do that. Can you just try it? Can you just put it in? Yes. And it will work. But that's not the rules, because why would it expire?
Yeah.
If I could just use it any time. I can make it free. I can do anything. I can make it negative. I can pay you for this item. It's so annoying. They're like, oh, just try it. Okay, it'll work. That's not the point. It gets me so mad. They're like, oh, just try it. Just try putting the coupon in twice. I could put it in 40 times. Lady.
Well, if you can put it in twice, you can put it in however many times until it becomes free. Like, that's just not, it's just not how life works.
Like, oh, just try it. Da-da-da. Or
People
I hate
in.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yep.
I hate people make me ask my manager the answer to a question that I've already answered and that I already know. Can I use this coupon? It's expired. No, sorry, you can't. Can you ask?
No.
I'll go pretend to. I hate walking up to my 63-year-old boss, asking a question I know the answer to. He knows I know the answer to. Can I use this coupon? It's expired. No, obviously. And then I gotta deek. He said no. Of course he would say no. That's the rule. I told you that.
I would do that all the time. Not that particular, but when I worked at Hallmark and it was Christmas time, ornaments in Hallmark are the big thing. We would have a wall of ornaments, and then underneath the displayed ornaments was the boxes of the individual ornaments that you could take.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time. That's our number one priority, to make sure that all the ornaments are out, or that we have at least a few on display ready for you to pick up. If there's not the ornaments there, they are sold out.
Yeah.
We do not have them because we are on top of that display. And people are like, can you check in the back?
What's the back? There's no back. There's a little hallway with a mouse trap that might have a mouse in it.
We did have a back.
We don't have a back.
We had a back full of shelves for all the overstock and everything. But like I said, when it's Christmas, we're on top of that.
Right.
Everything is out that we have that's out or if it needs replenished, we're on top of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go to the back. I would stand there for a few seconds.
I love those TikToks. Have you seen that kid that goes to the back? He like break dances for a second, and then he leaves.
Yes. That is so not played up. That is not a lie in any fashion. We know what we have, folks. We know.
We just don't have a back.
You know?
Like, we seriously just have a hallway.
Oh, we had a back room. We had a storage room. Yeah. That's the same as the bookstore and everything. That's when we had... Our system tells us how many... Yeah. When we worked at the bookstore, our system would tell us how many we have in store. And if it was like a shelving day or something, that was the one time that I would have to look through what is currently out now. Because we're in the process of putting things out. But other than that, if it's in the system, we have it. If it's not in the system, we don't have it. What do you not get about this?
Oh, I hate it says you have it online. Aren't you the generation that is, like, so anti-internet?
Yeah.
It says you have it online, da-da-da.
So go online and buy it there.
No, but it'll be, like, pick up in store, like, whatever. That means that I don't care.
You know what? I was such a great B.S.er that I got a job out of it. I'm not joking. So I'm working at the bookstore, and this guy comes in, and he was asking me about How to Win Friends and Influence People, the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I get on the computer, and I was like, yeah, we have a couple, I'll show you. So I show it to him. We have like 1 or 2 copies in store. And he was like, well, I kind of needed it for all of my employees. I wanted to get everybody one of these. And I was like, okay, well, let's go check it out online. So we go back to the computer, I look at it online. There's options that you can buy things and ship them to your house online.
Right.
And sometimes online, the price is a little bit cheaper. I don't know why, but that's just the truth of it.
Right.
And so I told him, I was like, listen, it's a little bit cheaper online. So if you buy it there, you're going to save a little bit of money. But it's going to come back and bite you when you get the shipping on it. So if you buy the membership card, then you'll get the free shipping. You'll get 10% off of everything, so it's even cheaper. And then you'll buy this bulk thing, so you're going to be saving money, a lot of money in the long run. So if you buy the membership card first, and then buy your bulk purchase. I ended up getting him to buy the membership card. He goes back to his store a couple days later. He comes back to me, and he's just like, I would like to interview you for a position at this jewelry store down the road.
Whoa, what? Wait, I've never heard this story.
He worked down the hall in the mall.
Yeah.
Whatever. He worked at a jewelry store. And selling jewelry is all about talking the person up kind of thing. And just, laying things out and enticing a person to buy jewelry. And I guess I did that pretty well when I got him to buy these books and the membership and all that. And I don't know. I managed to kind of interview myself without even being aware that it was happening.
That's awesome.
But the problem was, as I'm working, this guy comes with his other general manager or something from the jewelry store to talk to me while I'm working at the bookstore.
Your job, yeah.
And I told my manager at the bookstore, I was just like, yeah, he's like asking me about blah blah blah, trying to like. And so my manager saw these 2 people walk in, start talking to me, and I didn't want to go to this jewelry store. Like I didn't want to. So my manager comes over and he's just like, hey guys, kind of have to talk to her on your own time, not my time. And I'm like,
that's super fair. No, that's absolutely right.
It was so weird, but yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
But like, I'm a world-class B.S.er.
That's cool.
And I know I've talked about the time the girl came up to me and she was asking about prep books, like ACT and SAT prep books. Well, I never prepped for those. I took the ACT twice, did terrible on it both times. But SAT and all that, like, I never took prep courses or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was asking me about it, so I was like, okay, I'll show you over to the section. And as right before I'm about to walk away, she was like, well, do you know, because, like, this is my first time, do you have any idea, like, what kind of... I started BSing like no other.
Wow.
I never took those tests. I never studied for the ones I did. But I'm rattling off, okay, if this is kind of your focus, if you want to get a more general, if you want to get more specific,
oh my God.
And I'm rattling... All I was doing was reading the front of the book.
Yeah, I do that with soil. I do that with dirt. When people ask me what they want, I'm like, I just read the description.
You read the description and then you fluff it up. That's it.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
It was great. It was
I'm not good at it, though. I just like to be honest. But, like,
I don't think it's not honest. I mean, if you're telling the truth, it's all in your delivery, though.
For example, like, Ace has, like, an app. And they send coupons to you in the mail, but every coupon that they do send, there is also a copy of in the app. But every day someone comes, oh, I forgot my coupon. Can you hold it, or can you pull it up? I can't pull it up. And I'm like, if you have the app, like, I'm not trying to sell people on this app, but if you had the app, I could just scan your coupon. Just get it. But they're like, no, I don't want to get another app. No. Okay.
I'm like, get the app.
I'm trying to make this easier for both of us. I don't care about the app. Again, I don't care. I'm just saying if you had it, you wouldn't have to remember your coupon.
Yeah.
But I try to say that. I like try to tell. I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to sell you the app. I'm just saying all the coupons are on there. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I feel like when you're BSing something, the best way to do it is by telling the truth. You're just fluffing it up and making it sound really good. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you kind of have to help people help themselves, apparently, because they ain't going to do it themselves. I don't know. That was a fun job, though. I liked working in that bookstore. That was a good time. Although, I had to sell membership cards, and it's similar to Barnes & Noble. It was Books A Million, but the membership costs $25 a year. But if you're somebody who has somebody in your family that loves to read, it's absolutely worth it. I know it costs money, but when it saves you 10% off of every single thing you buy, if you're spending $250 a year, obviously it's worth it because you're going to save that back. Most people who are book nerds and everything are spending way over that. So it's absolutely worth it. I had somebody come in with probably $300 worth of stuff in her arms, buying for Christmas and everything.
Oh, yeah, I know the story.
And I started talking to her, and just the spiel that you have to do, because it's my job. It's in the description. It's in the title of the job. I have to do it. As soon as I start with the spiel, she drops everything and walks away. And I'm like, I'm trying to sell you this membership, but all it would have done was save you money.
Help you, lady.
It would have just saved you money. And another couple customers came in, same thing. They had well over $250 worth of stuff. I did not give them the option at that point. I was like, I'm going to sign you up for this, and it's going to save you money. Just give me the information I need. I didn't give them the option.
Why are people so weird, like, about signing up for stuff?
I mean, I get it if it's like a credit card.
But it's not.
If it's not a credit card, do it. It's not hurting anything.
Yeah, there have been times where people are weird about it. I'm like, I'm putting my mom's in because I can't even. Because if something's only on sale with the rewards card, I'm like, did you want to sign up? And I'm like, oh, Amy Diploma. Sorry. Because I'm not dealing with you. She gets the points, you get the money off, whatever.
Yeah. No, I made my cousin's girlfriend really happy because I have the, what's it called? The super membership. I don't know what it's called at Barnes & Noble. And it's a little bit pricier, but you get a free tote bag every year that you renew it and everything. I got my tote bag last year, and I told Jill, I was just like, I don't need it. I don't need another tote bag, so I'll give it to you. Made her year. She was so excited. So I've got to ask her what color tote bag she wants this year.
Tote.
But yeah, that one's a bit pricier. But I spend enough money that it's totally worth it. So, I don't know. Be reasonable, people. I can't do unreasonable people. We can't handle it. Speaking of not self-aware, she is aware because I told her about it.
What?
He makes me laugh. It makes me laugh and also drives me crazy at the exact same time. I don't know how that happens, but it is. We're sitting in church, and Natalie's sitting next to me. She has this obnoxiously loud yawn. Not like the whole thing, but like she'll yawn, and then right at the end, she'll like sigh out of it. And I'm like, it is dead silent right now. Shut your face. Shut your face. And I'm like, control your yawn. It's so cute and so irritating at the exact same time. Oh my god, it kills me. Yeah, she just...
I accidentally will be in class and I'll do like a, hold on, let me like, I'm yawning and then I go, like that.
Such a dramatic little...
gross.
Oh my gosh. I just pictured you falling out of that desk again.
Ah, great.
I'm so sorry you're having problems with the equipment.
You're having problems with the school equipment. Oh, that poor old lady. She was so sweet. She was so old.
Oh,
she was so old. I feel so bad. I put her in that position. And the guy next to me that picked my books up. Everybody involved. I just feel bad for everybody involved.
That's the funniest thing.
It was so quiet. It was so quiet.
Oh god, I can't stop picturing it. Oh!
You weren't even there. I will say, though, that, like, the desk bent a little bit out of... Because the desk part, like, the table part hit the ground, and so it, like, kind of, like, bent upwards. And I bent it back when I sat down, but... You're laughing way too hard. It's not funny. I wish you could have been there now.
I can picture it so clearly, though. Oh my, I'm really crying.
Just everything kind of splatted, like as if everything was a little bit liquid. Like the desk was like, and I was like, and my hands hit the ground. But I was still in the desk.
Stop!
I was still sat in the desk. That's what's impressive about it, is that I was still in the desk.
Please stop!
But again, like my books like splat on the ground. Everything just splatted in one instant. Don't throw up. I'm just saying it was kind of impressive.
It hurts.
I'm kind of glad you weren't there, but I kind of wish you were there. Yep, wipe your tears on the blankie.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna need a minute.
You're gonna need a blankie.
Oh my god!
Go follow us on Instagram or something. I don't know. Our video came out today. Go watch our video. Just put that on YouTube. You okay?
No. I just gained a 6-pack abs. Woo! Oh my god. Okay.
That poor lady.
Oh my god. So funny.
I remember the sound I made.
Oh, please don't. Oh my god.
Oh! Like as I was falling. I don't know what happened. It was just like one of those moments like I zoned out. Cause I was like bored. It was like such a boring class. Like it was so quiet and like we're all freshmen and this woman was so boring.
Oh my god.
And old. And I just like zoned out and then I like came to consciousness and I was like, oh, and I was like falling and I splat.
I can't. Please stop. Oh god.
God, that sucked.
That's when people fall. It's the funniest thing when people fall, but not when they get hurt. Like, if it looks like it hurt.
It was at the beginning of the class, though. Do you know how long that class... I stared at the clock. I could not wait to leave.
Oh my god.
I stared at it. And I don't... Maybe this was a dangerous decision, but I sat back in the same desk afterwards. She was like, do you want a different desk? I was like, it's fine.
It's a user error, not an equipment failure.
I'm lucky that it was fine. Because can you imagine if I fell out a second time? Can you imagine?
Oh,
this girl in my class just fell out of her... Oh, and then she goes again. What's going on?
Oh my god.
I just teetered, honestly. I must have been, like, leaning on the desk part too much, and I just teetered forward.
He needs some milk. Oh my god, that's fine.
God, that sucked.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my god, I can't breathe. You know what's not funny?
Uh-oh.
The Sunshine Court.
The what?
The Sunshine Court.
What's that?
Oh my god!
Where are we pivoting to? Where are we going?
You want to talk about sad? Let's talk about sad.
Okay. I mean, I don't, but...
We're going to.
Okay.
So remember last week how I told you I was going back to the source of all my addictions and reading All for the Game series again? Yes. I'm on the second book of that trilogy. I'm taking my good sweet time with it. I'm like highlighting. There's so much good stuff to highlight. Oh, so good. Anywho, the author just decided to come out with a 4th book after 10 years.
Whoa.
The trilogy was completed, but then she was like, we're going to continue it with this side character over here. And she did. and it ripped my heart to shreds. This poor boy, I have never wanted a character to be real so bad in my entire life, just so I could hug him and hold him and protect him, but I'm also at the same time so unbelievably grateful that he is not real and this didn't actually happen, because this poor boy, oh my god, it was 340 pages of heartbreak, dude. And nothing huge happened in the book. It was just like his journey to healing, and just hearing the trauma and the brainwash that he has gone through and everything that he has to overcome and the struggles. It was 340 pages of pure heartbreak.
Sounds fun.
I cannot wait for the next book. Bring it on. I'm going to read it again.
Weird. Bookworms love to be sad.
Folks, you got to read it. And when you get to the line, I didn't ask. If you don't fall apart, I lost my mind. I need
context.
I didn't ask is kind of is Jean Moreau's equivalent to Andrew Minyard's I Was 7. I believed him. Oh my god. Heartbreak. Or who said please that made you hate the word? I did. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. This series is enough to just insanity. It's unhinged. It's unparalleled. It is not okay. It's amazing.
You bookworms.
I can't handle it. And it's all... The most beautiful thing is this author is so chill. She's so legit. She's so down to earth and everything. This book series was self-published back in like 2013 or 14 or something like that. And she self-published it, put it online for like 99 cents.
Wow.
She made like 30 cents off of anybody buying it. She didn't think it was going to go anywhere. It got so big. And because I just saw like a tweet or something that she put that said that the Sunshine Court, even though All for the Game, the trilogy, has gained so much popularity, it's huge now, to those who can find it and who are, the fandom is alive and well. But she could have easily put this new 4th book for a lot more, but she was like, no, the only reason people read and took a chance on this series was because it was so cheap, and I'm keeping it the same way. She posted for 99 cents. I was all over that, man. Oh my god. And I read it in like one day, and it was so stinking good. People, I'm hoping, who do come new to it, who haven't been here for 10 years, I hope they don't read it and think, wow, nothing happened, there's no plot. There is no plot, other than healing. That's it. Nothing extraordinary happens other than that one scene with that one guy. And you know what? Neil Jostin, man, he is coming in clutch right there at the end. So chill. I'm not going to say what it is, but he just... We stand Neil Jostin here.
Love Neil.
And we just love Jean Moreau. Kevin. I have words for Kevin. Kevin. But yeah, this series, it's a great series. And I'm making my cousin's girlfriend, Jill, she's also a big bookworm. I told her, I was like, you need to read it. And now I'm going to nag her about it. Because I don't have anyone in real life that has read it, that I can geek out over it.
How many books are in the series?
The original trilogy, it's 3 books in the trilogy, but then she's continuing it now with a 4th, 5th, and if she does another trilogy, it'll be 6.
Wow. But
I know there's just going to be I know there's going to be a 5th for right now. I don't know how long she's going to continue it for. But hopefully the 5th one comes out sometime this year. People are speculating maybe October. Because she also publishes everything on very specific dates, very meaningful dates. So she published this new one on April 13th. I cannot remember what the importance of April 13th is, but I'm getting there when I reread the rest of this series. Because it's one of the games, I think. It's one of the Xe games, maybe. Or an event happening. I forget what. Oh my gosh! I hope it's not... No, that's May. May? Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I hope it wasn't Baltimore. Oh my gosh. Pause. It's going to drive me crazy. What? I have to find out.
Boom, 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 clap.
What happened on April 13th in all for the game? Google's not helping me out. Let's try all for the game. April 13th. Okay, this is going to actually take some digging because Google is not helping me out here.
I got no idea.
It's bouncing me around to too many different topics. I'm just going to have to hurry up and read the rest of the books to find out the importance of that. Anyway, okay, but yeah, it's so good. It's so good. This poor boy, I need to hug him. I love him. And seeing some characters, because you get the first trilogy. I'm going to go off for a second. You get the first trilogy from Neil Jostyn's point of view. And he's a completely... I mean, people say he's an unreliable narrator because his focus is on such limited things. If his focus is not either on Exie, surviving, or Andrew Minyard, he don't care. He does not care. In fact, he is quoted as an unreliable narrator because he doesn't even know the last name of one of these characters. You don't know. You just don't know who it is. So he's super focused on only a very small selected thing. And then he admits to completely zoning out, basically, to anything that's not about these specific topics. So then you have him so focused on these specific topics, and then you get Jean's point of view, outside point of view, of this character and the other characters, and it's just such a mind switch, because what was so important to Neil is just kind of whatever to Jean. And so Andrew is completely unhinged in the first trilogy, and Neil deals with him the most, and so his focus is mostly on Andrew, because he's the one who's putting himself in all these different situations. So Neil is totally focused on Andrew. Everything is Andrew. Jean is just like this psychotic midget, and that's it. Andrew gets one word in the book, in this fourth book. One word. I mean, it does encompass who Andrew is, and that's great, but, like, he gets one word, and it's just, like, he just refers to him as this, like, his pet goalie. Neil's pet goalie. Or just, like, I don't know. It's just, it's so good. Anyway, we gotta move on, because I'm gonna lose my mind. You should read these books.
Oh, yeah, right.
Come on, they're so good.
Multiple books? That's why I asked so many are in the thing.
You can take your time with it. The first book is short.
Okay, I'll see you in 20 years when I'm done with the first book.
I can let you borrow it. It's so good, though.
I just hate reading. Maybe in the summer.
Why do you hate reading?
Because it takes me too long.
Okay, but if you get past the need to read quickly, it's fine. If you read one book a year and it takes you all year to read that one, who cares? But if you're reading a book, it's like a little movie in your head.
Yes, but I hate when I'm, like, reading, but my eyes are just moving, and then I'm like, wait, what? And then I gotta go back to the top, and then I get
But have
bored.
you not found a book that you get so into that you can't help
Yes,
but pay
it's
attention?
just very rare.
Well, I'm saying...
And still, it takes
is.
me a long time to read them.
Here it is. I got the book for you, because you cannot be not into this book.
I gotta finish the one that I started, like, 3 years ago. The Machines Like Me one.
That doesn't sound as unhinged and interesting as this one.
I like it.
That's fine, but this one's better.
Okay.
This is great.
I'll consider if you read the everyday books that I like. The Everyday, Another Day, Someday.
Oh, yeah.
I love those. Nah, actually don't read them. They're not good. They're not good.
What?
They're not. But I liked them when I was in high school. Hey, we went to Clinton last week. What did you think?
Oh, yeah. Did we not talk about that?
No.
Wow. Good stuff.
For sure. Okay.
Oh, you know what? You know what the one... Oh, I don't want to ruin that.
Ruin it. The chances of me reading it are very slim.
Or, like, anyone on here reading it.
Yeah. Our one listener for the month.
The very last line. I'm going to read the very last line of this book.
Okay. Spoil it.
I am. So sad. It's so good, though.
Oh, God.
Friends, he thought again, and this time it almost felt real.
That's so sad. I don't want to be sad.
Dude!
I don't like to be sad.
But it's so hopeful because you just know that the healing is going to come. And you know what, Jeremy, you've got some splaining to do. You've got some splaining to do. Why don't you like cops? Why are you trying to avoid the cops? What happened at your at the fall banquet? How did you ruin your family? Where's your other brother? What's going on? Why does your sister hate you? Answers. I need answers.
Comment down below.
Don't avoid me, Jeremy. I need answers. So here you have Jeremy, who's just a ball of freaking sunshine, and then all of a sudden he's sunshine, and he's got these secrets and these mysteries, and he completely avoids them, and so we don't know what's happening until at least book 2, and it's just like, no, it's gonna be so good. But no, this entire book is so, spoiler alert, Jean finally gets out of the nest where he was raised for the past 5 years as a ex-prodigy, basically just to make money for the Japanese mafia. He was property.
Oh, yeah.
He was bought and sold. His parents owed a debt to the Japanese mafia, and to pay it off, they gave John to them and said, here's John. Jean, not John. Jean. He's French. Here's our son, take him. He can play Exy, he can make you lots of money. So basically he is sold to the Japanese mafia. He spends these last 5 years in the Nest, which is a collegiate Exy stadium kind of thing, and the captain of this team is unhinged, actually psychotic, and spends 5 years torturing him. And by torture, I mean actual torture. Like knives cutting him open, waterboarding him, some other very explicit details and everything that we're just going to not talk about because it's really heartbreaking. But yeah, 5 years of everyday torture. And then through a series of events, he is nearly beaten to death. He cannot play right at the moment. So the Foxes, the Palmetto State Foxes from South Carolina, they go to Virginia, they pick him up, they're like, we're going to get you out of here. They send him off to California to play Exy with the Sunshine Court, the UC,
the name of the book.
The USC, yes, the USC Trojans, where Jeremy is, like I said, a ball of sunshine. Sunshine. And he's got his own secrets and everything. But yeah, this entire book is him just trying to get out of the mindset that he has been brainwashed into and away from the torture and the nightmares and the awfulness and all the trauma. And Jeremy is just like, I want to love you. Let me love you. And Jean is like, I don't know what's happening. Leave me alone. It's just so sad. And the entire book is him just trying to heal. And he makes it up to a solid 3 things that he can look around and enjoy. And it's rainbows, long drives on open roads, maybe 4 things. A cool summer breeze, rainbows, long open roads, and eventually right there at the end, friends. And I just want to die. I just want to hug him.
This is depressing.
It is. It's really messed up.
Yeah.
It's really messed up, but for really messed up people, it's very... It hits home, man. It hits home. So yeah. I just love him. Clinton, yes. What time are we at? Yeah, Clinton was a good time. We're gonna go again.
Yeah, I want to go again.
Good gelato.
We gotta go earlier. We should record our episode on the way there.
We're gonna do that. Yep. So you're gonna get another highway episode.
Oh yeah.
If I don't accidentally take us all those back roads and everything.
If you don't accidentally take me to your house.
Listen. It put us over for 5 minutes. It's fine.
It was like 20.
Shut up. No one. No, was it? It equated
it was
out to
like
be
15.
the same thing. No, it equated out to be like the same thing.
After we'd been driving for like 20 minutes, though.
Yeah, no, it said...
It was going to be 45 minutes when we left. We drove for like 15 or 20 minutes. And
it was 55 minutes there.
No.
Yes. It was 55 minutes there. And when we were leaving, I put it into my GPS. It said 45 minutes. And I was thinking to myself, that seems weird, but okay. But it was because we were taking back to my house.
Yeah.
After I put in your house, which is another 15 minutes from my house, Then it turned into about an hour. So we only gained like 5 minutes. It was only like 5 minutes additional.
You lost me when we started. Whatever.
No,
I don't
it wasn't
care.
That much. It was just.
I'm just saying it did add some time.
It did.
I think.
It made it look like it added time because we had to.
What do you think? The GPS manipulated us?
No, what I'm saying
It was gaslighting us.
is when we left, we had 55 minutes to get there. So let's just round up and say it was an hour, okay?
No, I feel like this is where you're gonna trick me.
Okay. So 55 minutes. It took us 55 minutes to get there. On the way back, when we were sitting in our parking spot in Clinton, I put it in the GPS and it said 45 minutes. I thought to myself, I was like, that seems weird, but okay, whatever. But it's because I put in my address, which is 15 minutes from your house.
But then after we'd driven for like 15 minutes, when we put in my house, it then said 45 minutes as well.
Exactly. Because when we had we drove for 15 minutes, which means...
Did it say 55 minutes from core? You know
yes.
what? We're going to find out right now.
Yes, it did. So we put it in at Clinton. We put it in at 45 minutes. It said 45 minutes, but to my house. And then once we drove 15 minutes, which means we had 30 minutes left to my house... So the GPS then read 30 minutes to my house. We were like, wait a second, we're not going to my house, we're going to your house. So we bumped it back to your house, which added the additional 15 minutes, which put it back up at 45 minutes. But we'd only been driving for 15 minutes, so 45 plus 15 is an hour. We had 55 minutes on the way there, we had 1 hour on the way back. We only had an additional 5 minutes by me goofing up.
But this says that we're 49 minutes away.
Because we're from here... where we would hop on the highway there, but from core, we had to drive down a little bit, hop on the highway later on.
Yeah, but to my house it should have been 49 minutes, not an hour. The times coming back home should not have added up to be an hour. And that's because we were driving for like 10 minutes. Let's call it a day.
We're talking about time. We're talking about the least interesting part about this entire trip.
Yeah.
The shops were really cute. The one lady at the thrift store was a lot. Her dog was super cute, though.
For sure, a lot. I was afraid to go in there because I had heard that she was going to try to make us buy something.
She certainly threw a bunch of stuff at our face.
She definitely did. But my sister had a good time with her. So.
I feel like a certain type of personality can deal with that type of personality. I'm not one of them.
Well, my sister was looking for like specific things. Like she was looking for a dress and jewelry and shoes. I was not looking for it. I was just looking around.
We were browsing. And for browsers, you don't come up and shove stuff in browsers' faces.
Right.
Yeah, no, doesn't work out.
But whatever.
And now we have to go back because there was one store that we didn't get to go to because it closed at 2. How inconvenient.
Which is really whack. And it looked really sick.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I don't know, but there was a bathtub full of plants.
There was a bathtub.
And there were records. Plants for Mary Grace and records for me.
I also like records.
Wait. I'm selling a bunch of my records. Would you like first pick?
Rainbow for college cupboard air plants or what?
What?
I'm just reading the sign that was in there.
Oh.
No, I don't need any more. I have so many.
It's my double-decker shopping cart. It is full.
It's so cute.
I need to empty it out a little bit. I'm getting rid of a lot of books that I know I'm not going to reread. I'm getting rid of a lot of my vinyls. Gonna put that on Facebook Marketplace.
Nice.
So if anybody wants them and you live in central New York, let me know.
Follow us on Instagram.
Even though we don't post anything.
Yeah.
I'm really bad about that.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had good gelato.
Very good gelato.
Hung out with my cousin.
Now we know there's a couple. We're gonna try that one place. There's like a little Italian place.
Oh yeah, we all want to try that.
We're gonna try that.
Shout out to my cousin. Go to the Creameria in Clinton. It's amazing.
That it is.
She'll probably get so much business though already. I don't know why to shout her out, but shout out.
I like her tubs, her bins, whatever you want to call them.
Like the little gelato holes.
Yeah. Because they're not labeled. She just knows where it's at. And they're really pretty silver topper thingies.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
The cart has the same thing. It's really cute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Super
Is she going to be at the fair?
No.
Oh.
I doubt it.
She
usually does like farmers markets and that kind of thing.
Oh. It's cute.
I think there was one in Clinton, which I have to go to.
On Thursdays?
Don't know.
That'd be convenient if it was.
There's one over here on Thursdays.
I don't want to go to that one.
Okay.
I mean,
Why?
we can.
You don't like it?
We can.
They have lemonade.
We can go to that. Do you want to hit that up first?
It's really boring, though. There's, like, only lemonade.
And,
like, honey.
I don't want to go.
I like to walk around and look at things.
We can do that not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that.
No, we're going to Clinton again.
Well, we are, but I could come a little early. We could hit that up, and then we could do our podcast on the way there, and go to Clinton.
Okay.
I love that we always end up making plans on the podcast. But that's fine. If anybody wants to join us, we're going
No! Don't tell strangers where we're going to be.
Well, seeing
Don't
as this,
tell strangers
seeing
to
as this
join
is
us.
going to be posted a week after it happens.
Oh.
Oh wait, no.
No.
Because we're posting it
before.
Nobody's going to follow us.
You don't know. People will do weird things.
Our fans are not weird. They love us.
Your cousin.
David won't come, but if anybody else does, whoever is in Australia, if you want to come meet us, we're going to be in
fly
Clinton.
to the U.S. for a farmer's market.
Yeah. We're going to be
Thursday.
there. So it's happening. Come meet us. I want to meet my fans. Not that we have any.
We've already met them. They're people we know.
Hey, I don't think that's true. Who do we got? Do we got
nobody.
anyone new? I don't think we have anybody new.
We gotta go.
We do gotta go. Canada, India, Costa Rica, Australia. Shout out to them.
And U.S.
Well, that's a given.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah. I hope you guys are still with us.
Stay with us. You're listening to... I hate... Like...
Oh, that was so aggressive.
I hate the audio quality of, like, NPR. It's too sharp and it's too loud, and I hate it.
Aggressive.
Like, when I get my Spotify Daily Drive, I hate when they start speaking
We've
to
had
me.
one person listen to that one episode.
Yeah.
Was it me or was it David?
And it might have been you.
It was probably me.
That's so
We're doing
sad.
great.
It's been almost a year.
I know. But we don't do anything to
We're gonna
advertise
have to-
it.
I should make, like, a compilation of, like, funny moments, like, from each episode.
Yeah.
Take a chunk and make a whole episode of just moments.
I could do that too. You find the chunks, I'll put them together. Or other way
If I'm
around.
gonna find the chunks, I might as well put them together.
Okay. I'm not doing anything. I need something to do.
you find the chunks then.
But I don't know what's funny.
You don't know what's funny? I'm pretty sure you were, like, sobbing into your blankie, like, a few minutes ago. because
That's
you were
funny?
laughing.
That's gross.
Well, you thought whatever was happening was funny.
You're funny.
No.
We're just a barrel full of laughs here.
Barrel full of monkeys. Did you have a barrel of monkeys? Was
I
it good?
did.
Same.
It was a good one. I love that. You didn't like it? I loved it.
It's kind of like a one-time use, sort of.
It was a monotonous, kind of satisfactory thing for me. Did you have... We have to go.
Probably.
Did you have kerplunk?
Nah.
Kerplunk?
What's that?
Kerplunk is this cylinder that has a bunch of holes in it, and you put sticks through all the holes, and then marbles on top of that, and you want it one stick at a time.
I feel like my neighbors had that.
And then when the marbles all fall, whoever has the most marbles loses.
I had the elephant. It was like a fan, and it had like a long
The funnel and the
trunk.
butterflies
Yep.
come out, yeah.
The butterflies. I had Don't Break the Ice.
I was just about to say that one.
Love that one. I would take the ice hammers, and I would make them into crutches for my stuffed animals.
Poor stuffed animals.
I would like to
Torturing them.
pretend they were sick or like dying,
Oh.
and I'd be taking care of them, and so they'd have like crutches.
On that note, folks. What? On that
Folks.
note.
On that vote.
Note now, folks.
On that note.
Ta-ta. Talk at you next week.
Adios.
Just kill me, please. I'm just done. I can't do this anymore.
Just kill me, please.